Hey guys, welcome back.
Let's see if I can sneak in here.
This is another pull out of the vault. This, of course, heavily played with as a child here.
These are original boxes with original played with toys.
Hey, the boxes are actually here, which is...
By the way, heads up, these boxes are about as fragile of a box as you can get. It is an absolute miracle any of these have survived the almost 30 years. These are from 1991.
Wow.
So the fact that these exist at all is honestly pretty impressive.
So let's start with the big one. What you got there?
This is the Crash Dummy Test Center. This was the biggest playset from the Crash Dummy toy line. And honestly, it was easily the coolest playset too. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here. We're going to see a crash sign, the meter, the crash meter, the breakaway wall. And just a really cool big playset that I believe is actually fairly uncommon. I did have one of these as a child. Now I do have my original. This is a box example that's not my childhood one. But the childhood one we actually had to drive to Tulsa to get at like a KB that still had them. They were fairly rare even as a kid. So I can't imagine there's a ton of these just sitting around.
Oh. Well, this is also, if you haven't watched part 1, link in the description to part 1.
From the,
as we're talking
Junkyard
there, yep, we reviewed the Junkyard set. But in that review, I talked about this one. This is about the only one that I remember from my childhood. And it might just be because I had this one,
cool one,
and we just used it all the time. But while he's getting into that one, I have the Student Driver Crash Car. So I do remember this one. This is going to have a the roof shearing off, working airbag, passenger ejection seat, skids, car seat that fits inside of the car. So we have the baby. It has working seat belts, pop-off front wheels, and a blow-away windshield.
Actually, Skid's car seat's not included. That came with the Skid figure.
Oh, okay. Yep, it does say not included. So...
which is a pretty unusual piece too.
And then the smallest one, the Crash Cycle.
So you had one of those too, didn't you?
Yes. This one is another one that I had. So this one is the spring action ejection seat, crash away sidecar, fly apart windshield, and breakaway handlebars. This too was supposed to just be played on this set. So, without further ado, let's get into this. It looks like, again, the stickers weren't used in all of your stuff.
Again, this was not my childhood one, which totally had the stickers very poorly put on. And these stickers are not well put on. I'd actually intended at one time to have this set basically re-stickered, and never got around to it because I just displayed my childhood one in the vault for so long that it was never an issue. And it's bad that I basically remember how to put this together. There's a wonderful example of how kids put stickers on. Clearly supposed to be on this side and just slapped on the back.
The memory's coming back.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've literally assembled this purely from memory.
I'm having some issues right here. Now, in my set, I've got Axel.
Ooh,
whose
Axel.
arm does not want to stay. Being an adult, seeing how this stuff works
is amazing.
Pretty awesome.
It is a miracle that any of these have held up as well. I just had this dude's leg. Now, this set actually did not come with a figure, but I went ahead for the sake of the video, toss spin in here so we can play with them. And this spin is really fragile, as with clearly Axel's not holding up super well either over there.
Yeah, it's just one arm. He's working correctly everywhere else. Instant nostalgia there. Alright, so let's get you in there. Got the
There's
working
Spin's leg.
seat belts. Let's get them set down here.
I always like how Axel had little glasses just clearly drawn on him.
The seat belt on them there.
Like, in such a cartoony fashion, they're just straight up drawn on him. Now, interestingly enough, I remember watching the Crash Dummy cartoon some, but
yeah.
I don't remember watching the cartoon that much. But I did love the toys as a kid. If you guys are unfamiliar, there's a couple buttons here. This sprays off the head and arms. Bottom button sprays off the legs, and they literally just fly off. And about as cool of a disassembly of a figure as you can get. Again, notorious for not actually staying together. Seems to be, was your right arm doing that? Because my right arm is doing the same. Yeah?
Nope, mine's left.
No, it's...
Are
you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still left.
It's the
Both
same.
are left. Okay.
Same one.
You're left, mine right.
Couple little traffic cones.
I'm having trouble with the front end of this thing staying too. So, there we go. Looks like not all the stickers made it on, but most of them. Alright, come on. Stay down. Stay down. Come on. No, this isn't going to work. So, got a little bit of wear and tear.
You have to lock... Oh, fair enough. You have to lock down the other ones, which are the difficult ones, if I remember correctly.
This one does not have a rider. Oh no, I've triggered something now.
Now, one of the interesting things about this set is it actually came with some cardboard parts, and I'm going to punch out an original for you right now. Because I'm sure nobody cares, and the people that do care are probably not watching this. Should you play with your toys? Yeah.
No.
Go for it.
Auto eject.
This was a really neat concept as far as adding pieces, but anything you're supposed to smash into really shouldn't be made of cardboard. They do look really cool. I mean, just for a very cheap addition to a set, as far as a business standpoint goes.
I learned something already. What's that? How to do a triple somersault through the windshield. That is pretty awesome. Original literature there.
That I do have the instructions for all of these sets with me.
I teach driving by example. Watch what I do, then do the opposite. Ha, ha, ha.
I'd say the most commonly lost pieces out of the test center is going to be the toolbox with the tire tool, a weird mallet, which is very weapon-like for a Crash Dummy, drill, screwdriver,
awesome.
looked like a dent puller, wrench, and drill, which is kind of neat. These are really usually lost.
I'm quite surprised they are not lost. So here's the Crash Cycle one. Of course, we say gangway. And then on the back we've got airborne, and I'm flipping out. And then I couldn't help but chuckle at hitting the road again.
Nice.
That's
quite
my
awesome.
favorite one so far.
Now, they actually had a comic series that was just as goofy as that. You remember those?
I mean, I remember watching the TV. I don't remember the comic.
A somewhat working jack, which was a really, honestly, pretty innovative piece of plastic. You can literally stick this under a car and jack the thing up. The fact that it works and it's so simple is impressive. These are kind of cool. These are weird, basically just tire stops. A neat addition as far as playability. Here's spin a little helmet. These came with most figures, and they just have weird little crash helmets that don't fit very well. Another super weird thing about this set, and I assume that this one still works, you would set a figure on this chair and literally just launch him right into something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
with quite a bit of force. Do you remember playing with this a ton as a kid?
Oh yeah,
This thing is
definitely.
the best thing out of the set. Helps if you put the chair in right, which I've screwed up twice now. Kid, you don't need these instructions.
But you need it to go fast enough to
set off the figure.
Yeah, you want the figure.
So they put a lot of spring force into this.
Wow.
Yeah. You remember that it would literally launch figures across the room. Jack stands, these usually don't show up in a playset. There's actually a nice little trough up here for all this junk too.
There's some cool mechanics in there as well.
Check this out. There's a little oil change bit down here that's actually recessed. Just a wonderful little... Somebody put a lot of forethought. The creeper's usually gone. Anything red in the set's usually thrown away. Some more cardboard signs. This was a real kind of common motif with them. They knew you were going to tear this one up, so they threw some more in there. This piece, which I don't think gets lost that much, just gets thrown in with other things because it's way more playable as a G.I. Joe accessory than anything else. Actually, I think that goes to a different set. And then a weird little fire hydrant that just kind of hangs out here. Let me make sure that this is what I think it is. And go ahead.
Oh. So, again, I guess I didn't show you the motorcycle here. That blue motorcycle, sidecar. The seat doesn't like staying down. But the mechanism is behind the front tire that pushes everything and makes everything eject. So I'll get into that.
Yep, this actually goes to the junkyard cannon, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm missing from the demonstration here that I do own are actually the rubber straps that would go on the meter over here. You could put the chair on here and actually strap them to the chair. I don't ever remember doing that as a kid, but that was an option. Other than that, I think everything's here to showcase. I'm gonna figure if I kind of set everything up right.
So
All wedges.
What looks like a bunch of sliders on those reds, or those sliders?
This thing?
That too.
Oh, this?
These. No.
Oh, I have no idea what those are. I remember them. Actually, they're the hinges.
Oh, okay.
It's a kind of innovative way to plug and play this, and
Okay.
that's just your crash wall.
Gotcha.
Which was fun. And this actually, the bottom one is the one that works. Let's see if I can get that in the shot.
Definitely gonna
Go way over here. But there is actually a crash meter here that you would reset. And then you would hit it, and it will actually crank itself up. Which I'm not getting to work, but you probably... Is it spring-loaded?
I have no idea. You got the instructions there.
That's no fun.
Oh, here's another weird... No, never mind.
No, I think that's just the component.
Yeah, it looked like a switch in the back. Looks like somebody put the sticker on the wrong side.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
sticker on the
quite
back
hilarious.
side. It was supposed to go right here.
I actually don't
Crumple
think it
zone.
says how that works.
G-force. Acceleration and brake speed.
Turn the lever on top to reset the meter. Okay, so you would pull this up.
No.
This one may not even work anymore. It honestly might not have worked super well back in the day.
Nope. Whatever you did, it worked. There you go.
Yep.
Got it.
Neat.
Yeah,
Still
neat.
works.
It goes all the way up to 800. No.
And I'm
see.
whacking it pretty
Yeah.
hard, so
Man.
let's crash that car.
All right.
Let's
Let's get a car crash going. So, he is.
we got Axel in there.
He's inside there, and this is actually going to work better if you
Crash the car.
push
Oh,
into me.
okay.
Because then we're going to see Boyo
So, if you guys have never smashed a Crash Dummy, here's a trip down memory lane for a lot of us.
There you go.
Yep.
Did not work very well.
I'm amazed that didn't work very well.
So the wheels,
tires actually fly off.
The wheels flew off, so that's a plus.
Now I don't remember the back ones ever coming off.
No, it just says front. But while this happens, this is supposed to
fly off.
Got a little notch down there that's supposed to come off.
Which is probably well worn out.
Hit hard enough that this guy is supposed to come forward, probably.
And hit the steering wheel. Now, there's another secret here, which this one I think the spring load's probably gone on. But there is a little airbag in here that originally, back in the day, would actually pop out. And it was really cool.
Let's get into that. There we go.
There it goes. It still works.
It just...
it doesn't work super well. I remember it working a lot better, again, literally 30 years ago.
Insert the steering wheel. And see how it came out? Airbag.
Impressive for a toy. I mean,
that is awesome.
These,
I'm just still surprised that some of these have made it this far. Because...
how fragile these are.
Everything. I mean, these have to punch hard to get this stuff.
And these are cheap Chinese plastic, even for the 90s. How are these not broken? These little tabs. The sign actually just kind of sticks on. The sign, oddly enough, is broken. There is a leg missing on the sign. The fact that there's anything left of literally any of these toys is amazing. Toys that you're supposed to smash. I still can't get that to work properly. But,
I'm putting the axle back together so we can stick them on a motorcycle.
Ooh. Axles, we'll put Spin in the other one. Come here, Spin.
Spin on the motorcycle?
Now, Spin was a pretty main character, if you guys recall. Axel was too, but maybe a little bit less.
Premature ejaculation here.
I absolutely loved these toys as a kid. They're just playable. What other action figures did you have that just exploded? We'll put Spin's arm in there. But I remember that working a lot better. I feel like there's something jammed up in there. Is that seat not locking down?
Seat does not lock down. So I'm going to hold it there. Let me put this back.
What do you want to crash that into? The crash test wall over here?
So where'd the middle
bar
thing go? Yeah.
There you go.
We'll just run them into the bar or something. Now I've got to have... Oh, that's not going to work.
You gotta have quite a bit of force.
Yep, so we're going to run it into here or something. Actually, let's just run it right into there.
Go for it.
So, you can see... And I think you're going to have to do it.
Okay. Is that going to stay?
Nope, definitely not.
But, that is a super fragile mechanism.
Let's go the other way so you can get the sidecar exploding off.
Ooh, you're right. If you, see, the tools were handy.
Are they?
No, they are too fragile to actually bend. But,
Alright.
the fact that this is working at all is impressive. So go ahead and ram her on home. I got the wall if you want to just... Here, just get up here.
Motorcycle here. Alright, here we... Nope. Well, the sidecar came off. He did not. The handlebars didn't come off. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Now, how's this?
Now, I think the red bike was probably my favorite when I was a kid, and I just remember constantly smashing it into stuff. That mechanism's not working at all. But, axle's holding together pretty well, though.
But anyway, as you're driving, it hits, and the sidecar comes off. The sidecar then
there you go.
into pieces.
You have to literally smash these to get them to work. That is awesome. I love how their legs just... Look how cool that is.
Super.
Hey.
Just the legs, I like how they're working properly. The legs and head.
Well, I think the arms worked that way back in the day too. These are very delicate springs. It's amazing. I thoroughly enjoy these even today. Why has this not seen a reboot? Of all things to get a reboot, how has Crash Dummies not got the reboot?
I don't know. I'm sure.
Department
of Transportation, government.
There actually was a Hot Wheels branded reboot in the early 2000s. I want to say 2002. Do you remember that at all?
No.
It's very short-lived. I don't believe there was even a cartoon to back it. I think it was just a few figures and a few vehicles. Nothing nearly as cool as this.
Yeah, the front end of this clips on. I mean, you gotta ram it to get that to come off.
These toys were meant to be played with and played with rough. And did I truly enjoy these as a kid. That just keeps running home. This is probably one of the most nostalgic videos that I think we've done so far. Would you not agree?
No, I totally agree.
As far as nostalgia, that's truly just hitting home. I also believe this was a fairly expensive playset. Now, do you have the box handy for that bike? I remember that spring with a lot more force. This actually came from a KB Toys and was $14.99 back in 1991. So these were fairly expensive toys even back then.
Yeah, so
a normal
$14.99.
I say that.
That's probably a $25 toy today.
Yeah.
$25, $30 toy.
So that correlates, but I mean, I still think they were kind of expensive for what they were. I don't know, but they're awesome, so it doesn't matter. And is there a KB toy left in the world today?
Not that I know of.
That was a very interesting store. We'll be doing a video on that too.
I wonder if I could get someone else's leg.
Oh, they snap right on.
In the armhole.
Oh, I think arms have to go in the armhole.
Arms are dead there. Anyway, one more. One more. Anything else before I pop us out?
But,
so, Axel here would like to remind you to like and subscribe, and to ring that bell and make some comments and pop off everything. All right, guys. See you later.